So in this lesson, we want to start with statistics, and we are going to talk about representing ungrouped data. Now, ungrouped data is a type of data we call discrete, meaning that all the values or all the numbers that are in this set of data is considered to be whole numbers. So if you remember, whole numbers are all the numbers that start from 0, and then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth. If you were to consider the number of goals scored by a soccer team in a season, right? So the number of goals scored by a soccer team, those will be discrete values. They will also be in forms of 1, 2, 3. Or in this game, the team scored 5 goals. In the next game, they scored 2 goals. You cannot score 2.5 goals. This data can be represented. So this ungrouped data, we can represent that using frequency tables, or you can use bar graphs, or you can use stem and leaf. So we are going to look at some examples here in this video so that we are familiar with frequency tables as well as bar graphs. So example number 1, they say the manager of a computer store, right? Let's just point here. Assess the quality of service at his store based on feedback from 30 customers. So they asked from 30 customers. The rating scale was as follows. So the customer would choose between 0 and 5, with 5 being outstanding and 0 being extremely poor. The scores of 30 customers are provided below. So these all values, we must have 30 of them. And that's the scores here. Now, question number 1, they say draw a frequency table for this group, ungrouped data. So whenever you're drawing a frequency table, you want to have all the values like this. So let's just solve it together. So I'm going to write down number A. So in this situation, what we have is the scores. We have the scores that the customers were actually rating the store. So we can say scores or we can just say rate. So I'm going to have a column and I'm going to say this is basically the rate. Okay. Then I'm going to have another column called the tally. And then I will have another column called the frequency. All right. So over here in this frequency table, what you do want to have is the rate. You want to have the rate because all these values that we see here represent the score or the rate at which the customers actually rated the service of the store. So because of that, we're going to have the rates over here. So the rates can be 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4 and 5. So those are the rates that you can actually have. And here by the tally, we will be counting every single number that fits in this rate 0. So you're gonna look at your data and be like, well, I see a 0 here. Maybe let me use a different color. Let's say I see a 0. We're gonna scratch that out and we're gonna come back here in our tally and we're going to make a vertical line that represents we have one value or one entry or one person who rated the service as 0. And then we're going to continue this and say, well, there's a 3. Then I go to the rate of 3. I make a line. Then I see I have a 4. Then I go to the rate of 4s. I make a line. Then I see I have a 3. Then I go to the rate of 3 and we make a line. And then we just gonna keep this going up till we're done with all the values. So there's a 4, make a line here by the 4. The next value is a 1, make a line here by the 1. So just make sure that these values are actually close to each other. Right. Right. So what you want to do is that when you have a tally, you're going to make four vertical lines. So once you have four entry, the fifth one, you need to make a line through the first four. So this represents a 5. Whenever you see this, this represents 5. We all know this, right? So we go to, then we make a line there, and at this point I feel I can just fast forward myself. I know there's another 4 coming here. We had a 2 now. But you just be patient with mathematics and you'll see the change and the improvement. Right now I have 4 4 coming up, so I need to put 4 4, and then I have 5 3, and then I have 5, and we have a 3, and then we need 4 2, and then we go 4. This is the first one that we have, and then we have 1 1. We make sure we cut out 1 1, and then we have 3 4. Then let's put in 3 4 3 5. Then we put in 3 5, and then 2 4. Then we say 2 4. Right, so this is how you get your tally done. Then the frequency, you be like, frequency is how many values or how many entries are in your tally. Over here, for this rate of 0, you have only one value there. And then for the rate of 1, you have 3 entries. This you have 5. You don't even have to count, because whenever you have this, we know it's 5. This is 5 and 6. And this is 5, 10, this is 12, and this is 3. So when you add all of this, we should get the total number of customers, which is 30. So 1 plus 4, 1 plus 3 is 4, 9, and then 9 plus 6 is going to give us 15, and then we say 12 plus is 27, which is plus 3 is 30. So you know, when you count all of this, you will get actually 30 customers. So that's how you do a frequency table for ungrouped data. Now let's try out a bar graph, or you can say a frequency. It's a frequency bar graph for this data. So we use this frequency that we have right here. Right, I'm gonna use this frequency. We're gonna plot the rate against the frequency. So you want to write down number B, that this is B. This is a bar graph of frequency versus rate. Right. So the highest frequency we have is 12. So I think I will count in 12s as well. So the highest I have is 12. So maybe counting in 3s will be good. I'm not sure. Let me just see. All right. Don't know why this keeps disappearing, but I can count actually in ones even. Let me just count in ones so I don't confuse you the first time. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Let's have ground zero here. So I'm drawing my bar graph right now. I need my y-axis and I am going to need my x-axis. By my x-axis, I'm going to put the rate. So this is the rate that is going to be given, that we have here. So we have a rate of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and let's say 5 here. So let's make this a bit longer. And then we can just count in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12 here. And we can make that longer. So by the frequency, this side by the y-axis, you can just say we have the frequency, which is the number of people who actually did give the certain rate. So how many people actually gave the rate of 0? That's gonna be one number of people. So when you draw a bar graph, you must draw a bar that goes up to 1. And the bar graph, all these bars must actually be separated. So how many people rated 1? We have 3 people. So I'm going to go up to 3 like this. All right, just make sure you are at 3. Okay. And then how many people rated 2? 5. How many people rated 2? We know we need to go to 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You must have the gaps in between. How many people rated 3? At 6 and 12. And, right. People gave the rating of 3. We go to 6. And 12. Way up there. Come back down. And then 3 people rated outstanding. Alright. So just make sure you have it there. And that's how you draw a bar graph. And that will be it for the first question, or for the first example. Now let's go to example number 2. They say the ages of 40 people who donated blood on a particular day were provided below. So we had in total 40 people that participated in our survey, or who actually donated the blood. Now, that's the block over here. The very first question is draw a stem and leaf for this plot. So they want us to draw a stem and leaf for this plot, for this data. So I will answer this on the next question. Now, a stem and leaf on the next page. The stem and leaf, it's exactly what it says. You have a stem value, okay, and then you will have the leaf values. Now, stem value, you can say, is like the root of the values, but you will see now. Let's just look at the data. Looking at the data and scanning through it, I see the smallest value I have is like 17. It's in the teens. So I could start my stem and leaf by the teens, but I'll start it from 0 so that you can see what we mean by stem and leaf. So I'm going to draw my stems and say 0. Now 0 is going to represent all the numbers 0 till 9. And then 1 is going to represent all the numbers from 10 to 19. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so forth. So let's see where we're going to end up. So I say, well, here's my first number, 18. Now 18 goes into the stem of 1 because it's 1 and then 8 for 18. Now what I will do actually is I will first write these values a bit further away, because you will see. So you have the stem 18 has a stem of 1, and then we put the leaf of 8. So the first digit goes to the stem and the second digit goes to the leaf. So when I read it as 1, 8, so it's 18, not 8 but 18. Right, and then let's carry on and put in all the other values here. I'll say 42. Let's just go down. 41, and 42. So I'll just put those guys in here. So by the 40s, I am going to put a 1 and a 2. And I have the 64 and the 27. So I say I have a 27 and I have a 64. So you say 6, 4. The second digit goes to your leaf. And then 53 and a 22. Okay, let's go. 53, 5, 3, 22. And I had a 35, 3, 5, 3, 5. All right, so at this point, you can fast forward to the end, if you understand. But yeah, I have to do it 7, 42, 17, and 42. So I put 42, 17, and we keep it going. 35, 63, 3, 5, 6, 3. Third, oh, oh, let's see. Well, this next one is going to be 35 and 50. So I say 35. I don't know why the pen keeps getting away. 35 and 50. 50. 50. And then I have 17 and 24. So I put 1, 7 and 2, 4. Just make sure you don't make mistakes here. Then 19 and 57. So 1, 9 and 5, 7. And then we say 6, 5 and 6, 6. So 6, 5, 6, 6 down there at the bottom. And then we have a 3, 5 and a 4, 3. So you go 3, 5, 4, 3 over here. And then you're gonna go 1, 8 and a 3, 4. So 1, 8 is 18 and a 3, 4 goes in here, 34. And they say 20 and a 35. So we say 2, 0 for 20. And then we say a 3, 5 for 35. And then we say 4, 7 and a 3, 9. So we go 4, 7 and a 3, 9 goes here. And we just keep it going. And we get a 3, 9 and a 2, 4. So we say 2, 4 and another 3, 9 over here. And then we say 1, 9, 2, 7. 1, 9, 2, 7 here. And then we say 3, 5, 5, 5. 3, 5 goes in here again. And 5, 5 is 55. So it goes there. 48 and a 66. So we go 4, 8, 6, 6. So I hope you really do get what's going on by now. 2, 6 and a 5, 4. 2, 6 and a 5, 4. And then we go 5, 3 and a 3, 5. That's 5, 3. Sorry, not here. 5, 3, 3, 5. Another 35. All right, so now that we are complete with all the values, the reason I was writing them by the side is because whenever you have a stem and leaf, you need to put your entries in ascending order, right? So you're going to put the smallest of values first. So I'm going to put a 1, 7, 7, and I put a 8, 8, then I put the 9, 9s. You must put them in ascending order. So I have a 20, 2, 0, and then we have a 2, 2, so 22, and then you get a 44, 4, 4, those guys, and then we get a 6, and then 7, 7. Okay, so that's how you do it. And they say this was scratched out, so you have a 4 is the smallest one, and how many 5s? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 fives. All right, then I have 2 nines. I'm just gonna remove that because I really don't need that. Whoa, 7 fives and 2 nines. Okay, 2 nines. 2 nines, 9 9. So I put a 9 9. Then this was almost, it was 1 2 2 3. This was good. 1 2 2 3 7 8, and I have a 0 3 4 3 3, a 0 3 3. Then we go 4 5 4 5 7, and then we have a 3 4 5 6 6. And that's how you do a stem and leaf. All right, so let's just remove the section. So there weren't any entries for the numbers that would have a stem 0. So like 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 up till 9, there weren't any of those entries. There aren't any entries past the stem of 6. So this is what we have. You can omit the first block and just have your stems like this. That's correct. Now they want us to draw a frequency bar graph for this data. So they say we need to also just group the data into appropriate ages like 10 to 19. So we are obviously going to group by this by obviously the stems that we have here. Okay, so frequency table in terms of groups. Okay, so the way we would do this is we know the stem of 1 to 9. The stem of 1 is 10 to 19. So we're going to draw B. Let's draw our frequency table. So you just put your heading there. Frequency versus, it's the frequency versus the stems. Oh, what did we have here? Stems or age groups. Yes, the ages of people who so frequency versus the age groups, I would say. So age groups. Now in this situation, remember what frequency is. Frequency is how many entries you have. So let's write down the frequencies of the first age group, which is 10 to 19. How many entries do we have here? It's 1 2 3 4 5 6. So I have 6. So the frequency is 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. 1 2 3 4 5 6. 1 2 3 4 5 6 again, and 1 2 3 4 5. So these are your frequencies. All right, so let's just start plotting over here. We will say we need to go all the way till like 10. So that's not bad. So I say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Then I'll make my 0 line here, and I put the age groups. You have to put a heading, you have to label your axis as well. Frequency. All right, so that will be obviously 0. Then you say 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, and this time I'm gonna have ages 10 to 19, and then I have ages 20 to 29, then we have ages 30 to 39, 40 to 49, and then we just need to clear out some space here because I need 50s and 60s here. So 50 to 59, and then we have the very last few people, which is 60 to 69. So it makes much more sense to group the age groups actually. Otherwise, I would have a very, very big, um, I would have a very, very big if I was plotting for every entry. All right, so we have ages 10 to 19. The frequency was 6, so we'll make this all the way till 6. Okay, so we say 6, 6, 6, 6 is the at the top. And the next one is 7 and 10. So we write 7, oops. And the other one will be 10, way up there at the top. And then we have 40 and 49. That's 6, 6, 5. So I'll go 6. And we go again 6. And then we go all the way till 5 now. And that's how you draw this bar graph. Which age group donated the most blood? And that's obvious. The people who donated the most blood are going to be 30 to 39. So say 30 to 39. That's the age group that donated the most blood. Right, this is the last question here. They say two companies, right? Let's see. Two companies recorded number of downloaded apps. So this is supposed, okay. Two companies recorded number of downloads. So downloads per hour for one of their new apps over a period of 15 hours. So company A and company B both launched new apps on, new apps. Now, the minute or the for the first 15 hours, they have actually recorded how many people downloaded their apps. So you can see 1 hour, 2 hour, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Now they say draw a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram for the two companies. So the whole point of this question is just to show you a back-to-back stem and leaf diagram. So let's do that together. Number 3A. So we have the stem in the middle. So you must have the stem in the middle if you're drawing a back-to-back stem and leaf. So I have the stems in the middle, and then on my left side I can have the first company. I'll say this is company A, and then I have company B. Right. Now let's say our stems. We just start from 0. It's not a problem. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and etc. Right. So let's take all the data for company A. Now company A, we have a 2, 3, and a 3, 0. So we come here with the stems. We know we have a 2, 3, and a 3, 0. We just gonna do this by the side until we know the ascending order. So 11 and a 3, 3, 11. Let's go the side. 11 and a 3, 3 will be here. And 13, 42. So we say 1, 3, 13, and 4, 2. 4, 2 will be there. So it does help to write these things underneath each other. 4, 1, and a 1, 4. 1, 4, 4, 1. And we have a 2, 2, and a 3, 3. We got 2, 2, and a 3, 3. And then we got 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. That's nice. 2, 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4. And that's our data here. So as you can see, you must have 15 entries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that's good. Now we can write it in ascending order. You need to start from closest to the stem and go outwards. So we have 1, and then 3, and then 4. And then here you have 2, 2, 2, and then 3. And then you got 0, 2, and then 3, 3, 3. Let's just make sure we get rid of these because we're gonna get confused now. 3, 3, 3. There are 3 threes there. Oops. But that's going to be 1, 2, and 4 like that. Right. So it does help. It takes time, but we just want to know it and do it perfectly. Now let's do the other set for the company B. Company B, we go 10, 20, 11. So I'll go 10, 20, 11. Right. And then you go 2, 3, and 4, 4. So I'll go 2, 3, and we go down to 4, 4. And then we have 2, 4, 3, 4. 2, 4, 3, 4, and then we have 3, 5, 4, 3, 3, 5, 4, 3, and then we have 3, 3, 2, 9. We can have 3, 3, 2, 9, and then we get 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, and the last two entries 4, 3, 4, 3. Which is 4, 3, 4, 3. Now let's put them in ascending order. 0, 1. Remember, we start from the stem and you go outwards. So that's a 10, 11. Then we want to write down 0, 3, 4, 9. And then you want to write down the 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, 3, and then 4, 5. And then you want to write down 3, 3, 3, and then 4. So that's how you're going to represent your back-to-back stem and leaf. You must make sure that you can do this and you must be able to interpret. So you will say that, well, in the situation, you have obviously 15 entries because they took every 15 hours. And then there are 2 entries in the stem. There are, well, 4 entries, there are 5, and there are 4 entries as well. So you must be able to interpret here. And then question B, they say, what percentage of company A's downloads were more than 33 per hour? So 33 downloads per hour. What percentage was more than that? And that is going to be all the values that are more than 33 per hour. So we know this is 30, 32. Is it for company A? Company A, yes. So this is 30, 32, 33, 33, 33. Those values are still within, okay? So those that are more than that is going to be 40, 44, 42, and 41. So we write down B. We know what percentage. It is 3 out of the 15 times 100. So if we just work with this, we will work out our percentage. So 3 over that is going to be 5, and then 5 is 20%. And then C, what percentage of company B's downloads were less than 33 per hour? So less than 33 per hour. So we say, well, 33 is here. That's the cutoff. So this is included. That. All of those were included. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 entries. So that's 7 over 15 times 100. and we need to substitute that into our calculator for us to work out what percentage would be underneath that. So in our calculator, we're going to put 7 divided by 15 times 100, which we need to then round it off to, I'll round it off to the nearest whole number to make it 47%. So I say 47%. Now let's say here, which company do you think will have the better success rate with their new app? Now, I will conclude that it will be company B, because company B has a higher percentage of values that they have more downloads that are more than 33 per hour. So company B has more values in the rate or region of 33 per hour, more than that. Okay, because they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values that have more downloads than 33 per hour, whilst this has 1, 2, 3. So company B will be more successful